Hello viewers, welcome to Core for Any. Today we need to see this here the online glossary admin app SwiftUI inside. We need to develop here the brand models and brand view models we need to develop here. First of all, making here the models. Now need to create here. Select here the model folders and to create here the new files inside the SwiftUI. Now need to give this here the name as a brand model like this create here. Then after need to convert into the identifiers and equalable structures need to develop here. Now need to copy here the structures and now need to paste here. Now replace here the name model like here. And now need to set here the let let uid id is equal to need to set here equal to uid like this creating here. Then after need to give this here the name brand id and brand name and others no needs need to clear here. Then after need to configure this here the brand id. Then after brand name another things we need to remove here. Now need to set here key name brand id and brand underscore name like this need to write down here and to calling here. And also need to check here lsh dot brand id equal to rsh dot brand id like this need to write down here. And to set here the integers set 0 like this need to creating here the models and now need to develop here the view models and to manage this here the insert update delete and list api need to calls inside the view models and also need to creating here ui. Now need to create here the new files and to give this here the name SwiftUI files need to select give this here the brand view model and to create like this need to set here the name. Then after need to create here the class and to give this here the name objectable class need to set here object clear this here and now need to create here the single stone class need to set here the static let shared is equal to need to write down here the brand view models is equal to like this need to write down here. Observable object not object like this here. Now need to define here the some variables need to write down here the where at the rate published where and list array and we need to write down here brand model. Then after another publish variables wheres and to give this here the if you updates this brand then to need this here the select this brand object write down here initialize brand x and to set here the blank like this we need to parsing here. Then after another need to given this here the text fields for the heading for needs here the brand name set like here the blank. Then after need to set here the published where and to show errors, set here the false at the red published where error message, set here the blank. Like this you need to setting here and to initialize. Like this configurations are the needs here. Now need to write down here the API callings. Need to write down here the mark API calling, and first of all need to declare here the API name. Now need to go inside the UI commands, select here the globe files and to declare here the API names. Static let sv brand add. Give this here the base URL plus we need to set here the brand add like here. Same as now need to copy paste here. Now update and to set here update, then delete, set here the delete, and now need to set here the list, set here the list. Like these configurations are the set here and to configure this here for the API names. Now we need to go inside the brand view models and to set here the configurations and to set here void. Now need to write down here the function and API list. Like this we need to calling here and to like this need to pass here and to write down here globes dots. Need to set here the API list and to set here tokens as a true. Like this need to configure this here. Now need to get here the errors and to show this here the errors. Need to write down here the self dot error message. We need to set errors dot localized descriptions and to set here msg dot l. Like this, and need to write down here the self dot show errors. Need to write down here the true like here. Then after we need to go here and to check this here the if let response object is not optional as response object. Now need to check if request object value for as an dictionary. Value for key and to set here the key dot status as need to get here the string, set here the blank equal to 1 like these configurations. Else parts need to write down here. Now need to copy and to showing here the errors. Response objects value for key and to set here the key names, key dot set here the message blank, else string like this configures and to write down here and to setting here. Now need to get here the list and also need to set here self dot list array, set here the blank array. Then after need to write down here the self dot list array is equal to write down here response object value power key dot payload where list gets here, and now need to convert into the map. Necessary. Not necessary to write down here NS dictionary. Now need to map and to translate this year's objects and to return here the brand models and to give this here the dictionary. Objects need to return here like this need to return here, and this is the list API are the done here callings. Now same as now need to calls add API add and to change this here the SV brand add, and now need to pass here the parameters. Need to give this here the brand name txt brand names like this need to pass and to add here. Now need to clear this here showing here the success message. Now need to copy and to write down here if not gets and success need to return here and to true, and also need to call this here the against API for the list. We need to call here dot self like this need to write down here. Same as now need to create here the update API update, and now need to give this here the another parameters brand ID. Maybe we need to set here the optionals is good. Now need to clear here and we need to set here brand objects value power key, set here the brand ID. If not gets then to pass this here the blank, but here always gets. Need to action inside always checks here is not nulls. Now need to call this here the updates like this. We need to calling this here the update API and clear this here the else list, no needs. Same as now need to create here the delete API delete, and now need to give this here the only brand ID and need to pass here brand underscore ID as integer. Maybe need to same way need to pass and to set here is good, and again need to restart show message and to restart this list, and also need to change SV brand delete. So need to call here the API. Now need to develop here the actions. We need to call here mark action. Now write down here the function action add. Need to calls. First of all now need to check here txt brand name is empty, then to return these functions and to showing this here the error message self dot show errors. Need to set here the true, please enter first brand name Like this, need to write down here the error message and to call after if gets is not empty, then to call this here the add API, need to call this here. Same as now need to create here the functions for the edits and to save this here the brand objects and to write down here the actions edit and to view this here the brand objects need to pass here brand models object is equal to brand models like this sets. Now need to check against set here the brand object dots object like this passed, and also need to check here the if conditions. If brand names is empty, then to please enter the brand names like this, set here the conditions, and now need to call this here the API for the updates and to pass this here the object dot brand ID like this, need to parsing here. Maybe the wrong place, we need to set this here. Set here the text brand is equal to object dot txt brand names, need to set here. Set here the actions delete objects, need to pass here the brand models. Now need to directly call this here the API for the deletes and to pass this here the object dot brand ID. Now need to write down here the functions action update object, paste this here the above, write down here the text and to call this here, and also need to check if brand object not equal to null, and to return here, and need to pass here brand set here 0 like this. Need to callings here the updates set here nil. Instrument design. Like this, I need to creating here the models and view models for these examples. If you like this video, please give the thumbs up. If you're new user, so please subscribe my channels and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video notifications and awesome content. If you have any question, so please write down the comment sections. I will help you and sort out your issue. Everyone have a nice day. Goodbye and take care.